Alright boys, today we're back with episode 3 of the driver career here with Williams. Starting off the episode by putting some upgrades on the car, some aero there. Thought about putting some durability on, but in the end I decided to go with the powertrain upgrade there with the engine power. And yeah, I think after practice I'll end up putting on them durability upgrades. As you can see, not a great start. 2 of our upgrades failing for this weekend. I did mention them in the last video, and it's going to have to wait until Baku. So yeah, not a great start to the episode. But here we are after practice with about 2,000 R&D points, just putting some more on the durability, as it's the only thing I can upgrade at the moment. So yeah, just basically upgrading everything we can as we head into quali. So today, hopefully, in the home Grand Prix, we can put on a good showing, and yeah, hopefully get into Q2 for the first time. Let's see how we go. Here we are, starting our first run in Q1 here at Albert Park. Now the car did feel pretty decent. I'm using Yano Opmi's setup. Found it on time trial and I thought it was pretty nice. So yeah, pretty solid setup. Car turned in nicely. So yeah, hopefully putting in a good first lap here as we go through turn 3, turn 4, and now up to turn 5. So hopefully gonna have a better race than the first 2. Hopefully we can get a point for our home crowd, and yeah, just get our confidence up, as the first 2 races haven't been the most exciting or the greatest for us. Not scoring a point, and the car is, it's actually like in the lower midfield. It's like nearly better than Alpine, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, our car isn't that slow. Like, it's not really reflective of real life. Obviously the Williams having a little bit more trouble with mainly Sargent. Albon doing a good job, but yeah. So I mean, we've got to take advantage of that and, you know, really push to get the most out of it. And I think if everything came together most weekends, I feel like we would be able to be at the bottom of them points, maybe P10, P9, and fighting for Q3. So we set the quickest time of the session there, ahead of Norris and Hamilton. So that's a good sign, a 1:19.1. And I was looking at the times, and we are starting P7 right now. We do have about 4.5 minutes to go here. I was just thinking, you know what, the gap to Sonoda is about 8 tenths, so I might just save it, because I'm pretty sure we will be into Q2 for the first time this season. Both cars making it through. As you can see there, Sonoda did end up improving by quite a bit, as did all the cars, and we only survived by about a tenth and nearly a tenth and a half. So lucky there, but very good signs for the car this weekend. Not just myself, but also Albon making it through into Q2. So hopefully, you know, a little sneaky chance for a little Q3 appearance. Let's have a look. Now, heading into Q2, I did do my first lap on the old tyres. You can see there, 7% wear. So we're going to go out on them for our first run and save a set of tyres. Hopefully, you know, do a good enough lap to get somewhere close to the top 10, and then we'll go on the fresh soft tyres for our second and final run of the session. Now, first Q2 session of the year. Looks very weird seeing Q2 in the top right, the top left, sorry, there. As I'm actually surprised both cars made it through. Albon wasn't showing too bad pace this weekend, so overall our car likes this Albert Park track, which is good for me, good for the home fans, and yeah, hopefully me and Oscar Piastri can hopefully have a good crack and give the home fans a good show. So here we are, heading down the back straight, opening up the DRS, draining the battery there, and taking the chicane nicely there. That was one thing that I did notice. It was pretty nice through the high-speed chicane. As now down into second gear. Probably want to go third gear there. Lap wasn't too bad at this point. It was pretty solid. We could improve in a couple spots though, so plus the tyres, so we'll probably gain a fair bit in our second run as we open up the DRS, run up to the line. It's going to be a 1:19.7, so 6 tenths slower than our Q1 time. But it's alright, boys. We'll strap on a fresh set and we'll go again here. As we run up to the line, you can see myself down P13, Albon in P15. So hopefully we can just get a little bit closer to that top 10. So Noda P11. So it's very good for AlphaTauri. As you can see, exiting the first 2 corners, already up by nearly 2 tenths here. Going down to turn 3, we could have pushed this a lot more in our first run. We did pretty well there, nearly losing the car there. One thing I did notice, that the car did love to step around sometimes. And yeah, they are much easier to save on this game compared to the last one. So yeah, that's good. So heading down the back straight now, about to open up the DRS. We are about 6 tenths up nearly. So yeah, it's looking pretty solid at the moment. Hopefully we can get in the high, 118s. Hopefully that'll be enough to get into Q3, as we are 4 tenths up on Sonoda there, it looks like. So looks like we might be on track for a sneaky little Q3 appearance, boys, as we see the checkered flag drop here in Q2, rounding the penultimate corner, and now around the final corner, opening up the DRS here. We're up by nearly a second. Is it going to be enough to get us into Q3 with a 1:18.7? No, it's going to be P11. Wow, what a shame. What a shame. As you can see, we miss out by about, what is that? About 25 hundredths of a second. That's devastating. Could have been our first Q3 appearance for the year, but hey, good signs for the weekend and the race. So yeah, let's get straight into it.
This circuit missed a few years off the F1 calendar, and we missed Albert Park. So welcome back, and it's great to be back in Melbourne. Welcome to the Australian Grand Prix. So here we are at Albert Park Circuit, 3.28 miles around, with the streets making for a bumpy surface with little undulation. There are 14 corners around the lake, with the best passing opportunities coming at turn 1 and turn 3. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole, edging out Sergio Perez, who lines up P2. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Verstappen, Sainz, Russell, Hamilton, Fernando Alonso, Norris, Stroll, Tsunoda, O'Reilly, Gasly, Ocon, Albon, Bottas, Joe, Magnussen, Oscar Piastri, De Vries, and Nico Hülkenberg rounds off the grid. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. And what would any Grand Prix weekend be without the one and only Natalie Pinkham? Can we begin by having a chat about Charles Leclerc?
What a quality performance. The big question, though, is how does that translate on race day? Can they hold on to that lead? A couple of favourites for the win today, then, but who comes out on top doesn't really matter as long as they give us an entertaining show en route to the checkered flag. And we want to see fair fighting, of course, out there on track, so let's hope the stewards don't have to get involved.
Alright, here we are on the grid. You can see a little bit of rain there in the middle of the race. We'll see if that actually happens, as I have the weather set to approximate. So we're going to be doing, 12 laps on the softs, 17 on the mediums. So yeah, let's get into it.
The formation lap gets underway and the excitement here is building as we near ever closer to the start of the race. Which team will come out on top? Who's got their strategies right for today's race? Well, we'll soon find out. We're almost ready to start the race as the cars take their positions on the grid, with the drivers and teams making their final preparations.
Here we are on the grid, 5 red lights are on, and now we're away for the Australian Grand Prix here. So we got a pretty decent start, trying to go around, well, up the inside of the two Aston Martins there, Fernando Alonso and Lance Stroll, as we kind of get shoved out of it by Stroll, and Gasly gets back past us. Norris now on our left, we're going to just get past him, send a little dive up the inside of Gasly, but we have made contact, have a half spin. Luckily though, keep the position ahead of Lando Norris, and hopefully we can catch back up to the train just up here and hopefully get well inside the points, as the car is feeling pretty good this weekend. We had a good quali, our confidence is high after that, and yeah, these are fresh softs. Hopefully we can make the most of it for the start of the race, and yeah, really try and put some pressure on the cars ahead. So now into the chicane. Stroll holding up Gasly a little bit here. Again, taking the chicane pretty nicely. Norris pretty much on our gearbox, as it looks like Gasly's going to have a look around the outside of Lance Stroll, as they kind of hold each other up. We kind of make a bit of contact on the rear end of Lance Stroll, as we go around the outside of Stroll here. Not a bad move. We do leave him space around the outside. He does try to come back at us, but we get the position here up into P9. Now we're on the hunt for Gasly. These fresh softs, hopefully we can get them working the first 3 or 4 laps of this race, and yeah, really try and you know, cement our place in that top 10. Is today the day we get our first points? Let's find out. As we get a yellow flag up ahead. What's happening up here? Looks like it's George Russell. George Russell's out of the race. We're going to send a little one up the inside of Gasly there. I'm not sure whether that was a bit sketch under yellow flags, but we did get away with that one. And yeah, disappointing for Mercedes. George Russell, just like he did in real life, DNFing from the Australian Grand Prix. So we're up into P7. Oh, we're P8 now as Gasly tries to overtake us. We're going to dive one down the inside here on lap 3. A little bit of wheel-to-wheel contact there, but we make the move. We're at 3 seconds away from Alonso, 4.5 away from Hamilton. So if we can just try and maybe catch up to them a bit and get dragged along, get away from the likes of Gasly and Stroll, as if we just keep fighting, we're just going to lose more and more time. So yeah, we got, there's another yellow flag. More yellow flags. And this time it's Sergio Perez out of the race. So we're up to P6. P11 to P6 in the first 4 laps. I would take that 100%. That is a pretty solid start from us. As now Gasly's going to send one up the inside at turn 3. We're going to get him back, get the inside line for turn 4, now up to turn 5. We have that position back now, but Gasly and Stroll, they're going to be hard to kind of get away from, as Alonso and Hamilton are 4.5 and 6 seconds up the road basically. So especially down this back straight, we're going to have to use the overtake here, as Gasly under a 10.5 away from us. Now could arguably try and go for a move into the chicane, but I don't think he is. No, he's not going to. Thought better of it, as we have a little moment there through the chicane. Look at the train we've got behind us. There's basically every car in the grid, except for the ones ahead of us. As Gasly sends one, and then we're going to send one on the inside of Gasly, and then Stroll has a go at the inside of us. We kind of go half kind of 3 wide there. And yeah, Stroll just chucked it up there. And now we're on to lap 7 again. We're going to try and hold the position. And we do just that. So there was a lot of defending in this race, as usual. So yeah, we're done pretty solid at the moment. Keeping our P6 here on lap 7. Now onto lap 10. Stroll's going to try and send one up the inside of turn 1. We're going to hold the outside line and keep that position as he slows down on the apex. Going to give us about a second gap there. I did accidentally press set hard tyres there. I think I was looking for weather report. As you can see that I was switching back to mediums, but I'm pretty sure I was looking for weather report. Just going to hear in a second.
Conditions look stable at the moment. No rain currently expected. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment.
So as you heard, no threat of rain for the time being. So yeah, that light bit of rain in the middle of the race doesn't look like it's going to end up coming. As you see on the right hand side there, we are going to box this lap as Stroll tried to send one up the inside at turn 1. Get the 1 second gap, and by the end of the lap it's going to be 1.2 seconds as now we head into the pits. Let's see how we go on pit entry here. Let's see if we can get it stopped nicely. Which we do. That's pretty solid from us. I'll take that. That's a very solid pit entry there. How are we going to go with the turn in? Optimal. Nice. Now the clutch and exiting the box. Beautiful. Very satisfying pit stop, that one. As we now head out on these fresh mediums. Let's see if we can do the undercut on the people around us, get back to our position that we were. So yeah, that's the plan. The undercut is pretty OP in this game, as you're about to see. So Bottas, Magnussen, and my teammate all in the box as we go past comfortably. And yeah, let's think I hear another weather report. Okay, so it's pretty much confirmed now that that light bit of rain that we did see on the race strategy screen is not going to be impacting us, as Ocon, Norris, Zhou, Hulkenberg and Tsunoda all in the pits. So we get back up to P10, so that's pretty solid. As we now fast forward onto lap 15, or the start of lap 16, we're going to overtake more cars. Gasly, De Vries, Stroll, Piastri, I'm pretty sure I've seen in there. Norris, I think I might have seen as well. So, solid undercut, as we hear a weather report. Okay, so like I did just say, it's pretty much confirmed that that rain is not going to hit us, as we skip on to lap 23 now. And there is a safety car. A late race safety car with about, what's that? About 6 laps to go. Wow. Didn't really do much, really. Apparently it's just cars stopped on track. I'm not too sure what that's all about. But at the end of lap 25 here, we are going to get racing again here in Albert Park. Gives us a good chance to catch up to Alonso, as we're on the back of him, obviously, as we are now pretty much about to race. I did try and time it good, but I thought I was going to overtake him before the line, so I kind of backed out a bit there, as, yeah, trying to look at the inside, see if he would move, but he didn't budge. As now it's about half a second away from Alonso. We haven't had a little look up the inside there. So yeah, hopefully, you know, catch up, get past Alonso, maybe even Hamilton up the road. Not sure about a podium. I don't think that'll be possible in this one. But you never know. You never know. So onto this back straight. We're going to drain all the ERS. We've got about 3.5 laps to go. So it's going to be like a sprint to the end pretty much. They will have the better tyres on the hards, as we came in pretty much a lap before everyone. And we're on the softer tyres. So DRS should be enabled on the next lap. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, hopefully we can get past on the back straight. I feel like that'll be our best opportunity. Either the back straight or just up the chicane. So yeah, let's have a look. As now we head on to lap 28. Here we go. This is what I was just talking about, the back straight. We are going to have the DRS on Alonso. And we're going to enable that overtake just for a second there, as we're pretty much running out of it now. So we gained a lot of time on Alonso there. Got very close to his gearbox. An average run, he gets a better one out of the chicane. And we're going to see if we're going to send one down here. We are just going to half send one, and we make it through on Fernando Alonso. So with a lap to go, can we hold on to P5 here? let's wait and see, as we have the two Ferraris battling in front here. Sainz and Leclerc, we have a little moment. Hamilton just behind them, enabling the DRS, trying to defend from Alonso. It's not going to be easy. Does like to have a go, as we're going to try and defend, try and hold the outside line, and we do kind of squeeze him a bit at the apex, and hold the position now with about a second lead on him, nearly. So yeah, hopefully it's enough of a gap to hold position for the rest of the lap as we enter the back straight now, enabling the overtake, as we see the two Ferraris having a bit of a civil war there, losing heaps of time to Hamilton, as Alonso is going to send one around the outside. Again, we're going to hold position, and going up to the penultimate corner, Verstappen is going to win the Grand Prix, and it looks like it's going to be a Ferrari double podium, even though they pretty much nearly lost that battling with themselves there. We're going to cross the line in P5. So very, very, very good race for us, and our first points.
Victory for the team from Milton Keynes then, after a quality performance. Natalie Pinkham, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, they are very much at one with the car, which is a cliche, but it's true. It's not an easy process, and that work is very much paying off.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everybody at the team.
So here we are after the race then. So very decent race for us as a team, and myself personally picking up driver of the day. Myself in P5, and my teammate Alex Albon even picking up a point. So some good signs there. After the pit stops, we were P6 and 7. So promising signs for the team, and obviously a track that our car really, really liked. So yeah, here's the finishing order. As you can see, going down the grid there, Perez and Russell, the only DNS from the race. Bottas down there, P18. Lance Stroll having a terrible race after having a battle with us there, and ending up down in, I'm pretty sure that was about P17. As here we are having a look at the constructor standings there. We jump up to P7 ahead of AlphaTauri. And yeah, Ferrari still leading by 18 points to Red Bull. And Carlos Sainz just keeps the lead of the drivers. Max Verstappen 5 points behind him, and we move up to P9. So yeah, solid weekend for the team, and yeah, just overall a solid race.
Oh!